course, as you can see from the thumbnail, we want to get into this Bronny James, LeBron James, JJ Redick, Los Angeles Lakers situation. Starting with their rookie presser, their press conference they had with their two rookies, the 17th pick, which is Dalton Connect, if I'm saying his name right, and of course Bronny James at number 55 in the second round. Rob Pelinka and JJ Redick, they was on the scene together. I think this happened yesterday. I wanted to go live yesterday and talk about this, but I waited till the day. And I got a couple of things to say about it, but I really want to hear what y'all want to say about it, man. So I can't wait to get to the phone calls. I'll let a couple of more people get in here. I'll wait till I get my moderators in here as well. If y'all can kindly let me know who's in the house by leaving a comment and let me know where y'all from. I see Greg Anderson in here. What's up, big dog? I got one wrench. Let me get a couple of more moderators in here to help us out. Make sure we keep this chat kosher. Who else we got in the house? Everything moving slow. T Perfect. What's going on, big dog? GA. Got GA up in the house, man. Yeah. We in here, man. This should be a good conversation, man. And I'm not gonna be too harsh on the young lad, man, because I like Bronny too much. Like seriously, if we really want to get real about Bronny and LeBron, I actually like both of them. I even like LeBron's game. You know, I critique it because I critique everyone's game. You know, it's just, you know, I say what I see, you know, and I think a lot of people, if they like a player, they won't critique him or her, you know, just because they don't want to be hard on a player that they like or admire or whatever. And I don't admire or like anyone that much. What's going on, Manimal? Yeah, I'm back, man. I don't be going nowhere, man. You know, sometimes I take breaks and the panel go, you know, it goes on without me, man. So I never disappear for too long, man. But like I was saying, some people don't want to critique their favorite player or a player they admire, right? And I don't like a player that much or admire them that much where they can't be critiqued, right? If they do something and I see it and I give an opinion on it, it's gonna be an honest opinion. So when I critique LeBron, a lot of people take that as hate or dislike or something like that. And it's not that. I actually like LeBron, but he do a lot of goofball stuff. You know, he just gives us too much content, almost to the point where it seems like he's doing it on purpose. Like he just do ever since the decision. It's just been goof move after goof move after goof move after goof tweets after goof move after goof move, and now he's got his son tied up in it. But before I even start talking about that, with LeBron James, I like LeBron James Jr. I like Bronny. I like his athleticism, even though he's only 6'1", 6'2". I mean, we've had a lot of 6'1", 6'2" point guards coming in the game. I mean, like Jay Will from Duke, 6'1", 6'2". I mean, we don't really know how tall Iverson was, even though he played off guard. But even Bronny's body is built better than Iverson's was. You know, so I like his build. I like that he's strong. I like the fact that he is the son of a professional basketball player, which means he learned work ethic very early on and has been working hard and working with pro trainers ever since he was first started playing basketball, him and his brother, right? So he knows what hard work looks like. Besides him smoking weed on IG one time, what trouble has this kid been in? You know, it's almost like LaMelo and Lonzo Ball. We know Jello had the issue when he went overseas and got caught stealing with one of his friends. But other than that, those three kids are out of the limelight for the negative reasons as well. So LeBron had Bronny had that one incident. Jello had that one incident. But other than that, these kids are, you got to give their dads credit. You got to give LeBron and LeVar Ball credit for how he raised those kids, right? So I want to say all that stuff before I get into it because I don't want nobody to think I hate this dude, man. It's just LeBron and the Lakers are doing some goofball stuff. Bronny is caught in the middle. It seems. It don't seem like he asked for all this, right? He just playing basketball, want to live out his dream, want to be drafted. It didn't necessarily have to be the Lakers. Now, it looked like no one probably was going to draft him, and he was probably going to have to do it the hard way by trying to make a team. And maybe LeBron didn't have enough confidence that his son could go and do it the hard way and make a team. So he stepped in and said, I'm going to take care of this. Plus, I want to play with my son anyway because that boosts my legacy. That's what it looked like it's going on, right? But this live is going to start off with something LeBron said at his presser, right? And I don't know if y'all heard it. Somebody said AI was 5'11". Oh man, what's good, Linton? Yeah, we're in the house, man. Mel is back for sure. But I don't know if y'all heard the presser, but LeBron James, yeah, I appreciate that, Dino. Everybody hit the like button really quick before we get started, man. So we can already get that out the way. Everybody just hit the like button right now. Because we go get into this and we go open these phone lines up. And I want to hear from y'all. I definitely want to hear from the people who disagree with me for sure. So hopefully y'all call in first, man, because I really want to hear the other side of this as well. But Bronny James kind of had one of those slip-ups where he was just being a little bit too honest and pretty much admitted, yeah, this opportunity was given to me, right? He didn't say his dad. He wasn't that honest. But he said JJ and Rob Pelinka, right? And I think Darvin Ham probably had a little bit of issue with going with that flow, going with that, and that probably was the first thing that got him on the bad end of LeBron James, on the bad side of LeBron James. I think that was the first thing, and from there he couldn't do no right unless he won the championship. If he won the championship, that was the only way he was going to keep his job. I don't even know if he even got there if he would have kept it, because I remember David Black getting there with Cleveland, and if LeBron don't like you for whatever reason, I don't care what you do, the only way you can save your job is by winning the championship. David Black got to the championship and lost it, and LeBron fired him. So there's no loyalty in this arena. So let's go ahead and play what he said. I think y'all gonna be interested in how he put this down. This is them asking Bronny his first question at the press conference.
And then to follow up with Bronny, just that moment, right, where you get the phone call and then you hear your name. Can you take us through the emotions of all of that, of what you were feeling, and then how you've been feeling the last couple of days since?
Yeah, everything's just been surreal. Trying to take it all in by the days. Extremely, grateful for everything that JJ and Rob have given to me. Yeah, and I've just been extremely excited to get to work.
Yeah, Bronny, I'm gonna have to play that again because you can miss it. But he said he appreciate what JJ and Pelinka has given to him. Now, what he's talking about there, what has been given to him so far, where he got drafted, and we just got word that his contract is guaranteed. I think it's 4 years, not a lot of money, only $8 million for 4 years. So he's making $2 million a year, right? So it's not a lot of money. And despite the rumors of everyone saying that he's going to skip the summer league, they did release the summer league roster, and Bronny James and Dalton Connect are both on it. Right. So they released that roster so we can dispel that rumor that he's not going to play summer league. Although, even though he made that roster, don't mean he go play the whole summer league. He might get out there, play one game. And if he have a good game, I can see the Lakers pulling him and saying, oh, we got to save him for the season. You know what I mean? Because he already got a guaranteed contract. So those are the things that has been given to him. He was drafted number 55, but it's 55. It's not like he was drafted 17 or first round. It was number 55, but he knew that he probably didn't have a lot of other teams that was probably looking for him. That whole thing of Rich Paul saying that don't draft him or he going to Australia and all that stuff. I don't think there was any teams trying to move up the board to grab Bronny. I don't even think Phoenix was going to grab him. Right. So I think that was just a smoke screen. I don't think nobody was really checking for Bronny like that, which is the reason why they had to make sure that, oh man, we make the Lakers take him, because that's probably the only chance he'll get at getting drafted and getting a contract that's guaranteed. He got a guaranteed contract without playing not one game in the summer league, not playing anything in the training camp. Like, he hasn't earned these. That's not called earning it. If all I had to do was be Bronny James to get drafted and to get a guaranteed contract, you didn't earn it. So he was right when he said Rob Pelinka and JJ gave me this. I'll play it again.
Yeah, Bronny
And then to follow up with Bronny, just that moment, right, where you get the phone call and then you hear your name. Can you take us through the emotions of all of that, of what you were feeling, and then how you've been feeling the last couple of days since?
Yeah, everything's just been surreal. Just trying to take it all in by the days. Extremely, grateful for everything that JJ and Rob have given to me. And I've just been extremely excited to get to work.
Extremely grateful for everything that JJ and Rob has given to me. And this kid is so genuine and such a good kid, man. Savannah and LeBron raised this kid so well. I mean, it's really nothing not to like about Bronny. I really like that kid, man. And but he told the truth. I don't think he got a lot of cap in him. He might learn to cap more once the media start dogging him. He might learn to cap, you know what I mean? But I don't think there's a lot of cap in him. He don't want this circus. He don't want this circus. You know what I mean? I don't even think the Ball boys wanted that circus that their dad was doing, but it's their dad. What you go tell them? You think they wanted to put big baller brand shoes on their feet, knowing they didn't feel good when they ran in them, knowing they was turning down Nike deals? You think they really wanted to put big ball, but their dad was telling them, look, this is what we're going to do. That's my dad. I've been listening to my dad my whole life. And so far, he's got me all the way to being a lottery pick for both his kids. So what my dad's been telling me so far has been working. I'm not to start dissing my dad now, and I'm definitely not about to diss him for the public and for the media. I'm going to keep my mouth shut, and I'm going to respect my dad. That's what Bronny is doing. He don't want this circus. He didn't want to skip the process and all of that stuff. I honestly think Bronny wanted to go back to school. In a perfect world, I think Bronny would have loved to go to USC and experience that 2, 3, 4, maybe 4 years of playing basketball and honing his craft. I really think that's what he wanted to do. And you got to let your kid live his life, because everything that he gains through his own path and his own experience, he's going to appreciate way more than if you give it to him. You ever buy your kid his or her first car, right? You give them the first car. You don't go out and go get them a freaking BMW for their first car. They're 18. They just got their license. You give them a BMW. If you give it to them that easy, how are they gonna really appreciate it and take care of it? Every kid is just given something like that. They don't mind it being lost, taken. They don't mind not taking care of it, whatever the case may be. They just lose it. But when they work for it themselves and buy it, it means way more than them, right? I want to give my son a car too. But if I give him, as a matter of fact, everything I've given my son, he didn't take care of. He didn't. It's a lot of things. I mean, I've given him bikes. He had it for 2 months. Come back. Where's your bike? Oh, I forgot to lock it up. Somebody stole it. That's my money. But he got it so easy, he didn't appreciate it as much as he should have. And he just lay it down anywhere, man. Glasses, shoes, it don't matter. I mean, he putting shoes in the locker room doing gym with no lock on it. People snatching it, stealing it. I'm like, but now that he's working and buying his own stuff, oh yeah, he take care of the stuff he buy. The stuff he buy, he takes very good care of. But anyway, I'm off on a tangent, right? So that's Bronny saying, yeah, he pretty much admitting, yeah, I was given this opportunity. I was given this contract. I'm given a spot on this team. I'm given a spot on this roster. And there's other people that's gonna have to go out there and earn it. I know I ain't got to earn it. Oh man, what it feels like to be under the no pressure in summer league, knowing it don't matter what I do, I can be the sorriest dude on this team. I'm still gonna make the squad. That's no pressure at all. Versus the guys is like, man, I'm really trying to make this team. And if I don't make this team, I want somebody on another squad to see me playing hard, and maybe they'll sign me. That's the type of pressure that everybody else is playing on that LeBron don't have to play on them. But I guess they say favor ain't fair, right? So this is how JJ Redick comes back when they ask him his first question, and he tries to cover up what LeBron just admitted to.
With Bronny, I want to clarify one thing you just said, which is Rob and I did not give Bronny anything. Bronny has earned this. Right. Bronny talks about his hard work. Bronny has earned this through hard work. And for us, prioritizing player development, we view Bronny as like case study one, because his base level of feel, athleticism, point of attack defender, shooting, passing. There's a lot to like about his game. And as we sort of build out our player development program holistically, he's going to have a great opportunity to become an excellent NBA player.
And then my second question.
So there's JJ trying to cover it up. Oh nah, I just want to, go back to what Bronny said. Bronny earned this spot. That's not true. And the only reason why people continue to talk about this and continue to call it out is because people don't like to be lied to in their face, and people don't like for someone to pee on them and tell them it's raining. Right? Just be real. You know what I mean? Just be real. Don't sit and lie to us and like and insult our intelligence. What do you mean he earned it? We know he didn't earn it. Now, does Bronny work hard? Yeah, but everyone who got drafted, I hope they work hard. And I'm quite sure they work hard. It might be some lazy people that's 7'3" that really don't have to work that hard. Like Shaq claimed he didn't work that hard because he was like, "What I'm working hard for? Who go stop me?" So yeah, if you 7'1" and you already at the rim, you might not have to work as hard. But for every guard, nobody is so good that they don't have to work hard. Like, oh, I just got this good just by genetics. No, that don't exist that often. I mean, it might be some people who won the genetic lottery who don't have to, but for the most part, anybody that's LeBron or Bronny's size that play his position, they're working hard. They're in the gym doing as much work as LeBron or Bronny. So you can't say he earned this by working hard. No. What about the players that work hard or harder than Bronny? What about the players that are better than Bronny? You get what I'm saying? So don't say he earned it. We know he didn't earn it. We know he got it because his dad want him on the team. And his dad wouldn't have to opt out of his contract and not sign an extension until Bronny is drafted and then Bronny is signed. Like you don't make those moves if the player is earning it, because you don't have to do that for someone who earned it, right? When Emoni Bates gets back in the league and start torching people, we're going to know he earned it because he went to Memphis as a freshman, as the #1 freshman, and couldn't get the playing time that he wanted playing with Penny Hardaway and Jalen Duran and John Wiseman. He was playing behind, and it was another good player that was on that squad. I can't remember, but Emoni Bates didn't have the season that he thought he was going to have, so he transferred to a smaller school and balled out, and then came out in the draft, got drafted and killed in summer league, and then still got dropped down to the G League, right? And the Cavs hasn't called him up, and I mean, everywhere he's been, the only blemish on his career is his freshman year at Memphis based on him not getting the green light. But he went and proved it at a smaller school, proved it during summer league, proved it in the G League. So when we see Emoni Bates, that's a player who earned it. When he get his contract, he's going to earn it. Bronny don't even seem excited and happy because he's like, man, they giving me all this. They giving me all of this, right? Here's Mace talking about it.
I'm saying Kobe would have made him earn it. Kobe wouldn't have did this.
So you're saying that Bronny didn't earn it? That's what you're saying?
I'm not going on record saying he ain't earn it, but I'm saying Kobe wouldn't have wanted it this way. He would have wanted to earn it.
Okay.
Are you saying your thoughts, or are you saying like the other side thought? Is this how?
No, that's my thought.
So yeah, all that is true. Kobe, I don't foresee Kobe doing anything like that. The way Kobe was training his daughter, she was going to be one of the best basketball players in college. And then when she got to the WNBA, you think freaking Caitlin Clark got the Caitlin Clark effect? If I'm telling you, if Gigi would have went to UConn and then went to the league, Gigi would have been more popular than Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese put together, because she was going to have the game, the name, the work ethic, the look, the markability, all of that. And then Kobe would have been at every game. I mean, just imagine that. What Kobe was already working with the WNBA. So this surge we're seeing, it would have been on another level if Kobe wouldn't passed away, if Gigi wouldn't have passed away. It would have been unreal, right? So can you imagine if Kobe was working so much with the WNBA and the WNBA players, and somehow Gigi didn't pan out to be one of the good players? Can you imagine Kobe Bryant using his leverage to get her drafted to the Sparks? I think the LA Lakers still own the LA Sparks. Can you imagine Kobe trying to use his leverage to get Gigi drafted to the Sparks and then getting her a guaranteed contract and then looking us in their face and saying he didn't do what we just seen him do, and try to hide his hand after he threw the rock and act like, yeah, he earned it. And let me get a coach in here I like as well. Let me get some unqualified coach in there. I don't know who hang with Kobe. I mean, his wife. Get his wife in. I mean, yeah, JJ at least played in the league, but I mean, come on, man, let's be real. Like, what this is a slippery slope. First of all, I don't foresee Kobe doing anything like that. First of all, second of all, how far does this slope slide down? Because if he has to do it for his second son, do you think he would do it? And do you think people will be all right with it? Because they're okay. There's a lot of people that's okay with Bronny just getting a handout and saying this is right. There's nothing wrong with it. I like the fact that Bron did this for his son. What good dad wouldn't do this? There's a lot of good dads that wouldn't do it. I don't think my dad would have just gave me a handout. He tried to make me earn everything, just like my son. The car is out there. I'm driving in it every day. He got to pay me for that car. He got to give me something. You got to do something. You got to be working your way to. God don't even do his kids like that. God ain't blessing no lazy people. You want a good job, but you ain't filled out an application or a resume yet. You haven't went and got the qualifications. You just think that just because you're praying and working hard, well, that's praying. You think just because you're praying that you're supposed to get blessed with this job that you want? I know people that want to be married. Well, God has sent me somebody. Won't leave their house. What, did he go send you the milkman? So, I mean, my point, like, come on, man, you got to do something, right? You just can't get a handout. And Bron just gave him a handout and people are okay with it, right? So, how far does the slope slide? Would people be okay with it if LeBron was like, I want to be the first player to play with his daughter? And let's say I'll come out of retirement when his daughter is older, and I get her drafted by the Lakers too, and then I come out of retirement, I'll play with her too. Are people gonna be okay with that? Like where do we draw the line at? Do we draw it at Bronny, or do we draw it at Bryce, or do we draw it at Zuri? Like where's the line drawn? Like, seriously, in the comment section, tell me if he has to do this again for Bryce, are y'all okay with it? The people that's okay with it for Bronny, are y'all okay with it for Bryce and Zuri as well? I really want to know. The first woman in the NBA, if LeBron pull it off and y'all be okay with it, right? Like, I really want to know. So that's my thoughts on it, man. I didn't want to go too long-winded on it because I really want to open these phone lines up and hear what y'all got to say, man. I really would love and man, I'm cool with anybody calling in and agreeing with me and giving their perspective. I really want to hear from people that disagree with me as well. So your phone call is welcome as well. But yeah, phone lines are open. Y'all call in. Let me get to some of these comments. Bryce might be skilled enough. That's true. Bryce might be skilled enough. Chris, what's up, man? What's your thoughts?
What's going on, man? Where you been at, man?
What you mean where I've been at? Look, I ain't missed but 7 days. I was live last Wednesday.
I ain't been seeing you, man. That's why I ain't been on the call, man.
Oh man, you missed my episode last week, man. It was a dope episode too. I think I was on that. I think I was talking about the Jordan thing with his Defensive Player of the Year award, stuff like that. You didn't catch that one?
I ain't catch it, but you know what else I ain't catch? You ain't been talking about it, and I'm actually mad at you, man.
What I ain't been talking about?
Because I thought you loved basketball, man.
Okay, what I ain't been talking about? What I missed?
You ain't been talking about the big three. What's going on, man? You don't like the big three? You don't support black-owned business?
Which which big three? The Mavs?
No, Ice Cube, man.
Oh, hey, until Ice Cube bring one of them games to that's more closer to me and I can catch it live, I probably ain't gonna talk about it too much, man. Yeah,
If Kobe would have joined,
the closest
y'all
game,
would've talked about
the closest game is in Anaheim. He need to come on. He got to bring something to San Diego. I ain't going to LA, man, because I ain't trying to get shot. But San Diego, man, at least bring something to San Diego, man.
What's wrong with you just cutting on Fox and just watching it, man?
Oh, that's what it's playing on Fox. All right, bet. I'm on it.
Yeah,
I'm on it.
come on, man.
I'm on it, man.
But let me get back on your subject, man.
All right.
You talking about Bronny James?
Correct.
I mean, I'm not mad at it, man. You know, people say, "Oh yeah, they got a problem with it," but if it's your son, I mean, what would you do? I mean, you want your son to succeed by any means, you know?
No, not by any means. Not by
It's
any
not like-
means. Nah.
It's not
I mean,
like Bronny's committing any crime or anything.
right. He's not committing a crime, but like by any, like if you've never been a part or been on the receiving end of that type of treatment, like my son just went through it with the football team he played for last year, right? He just went through it where the coach brought some long story. I don't even want to get into it, but it's not a cool thing, man, because you got to think about these players that are fighting for a roster spot on this Lakers team. They're probably going to be at practice destroying Bronny James. They might even be destroying LeBron, but they know Bronny go get that spot over them. You get what I'm saying? That's not a good thing. That's not cool, bro. That's not cool, right? And furthermore, let's say Bronny is in the rotation. Let's say he's one of the top 8 players in the rotation somehow he getting playing time, right? A rookie at that was a second round pick. Imagine if him being in the top 8 getting in that playing time. You know how many guards is on that Laker team? They got Austin Reeves, they got D'Lo, right? They got Connect. Dalton Connect is a rookie who I mean, if he don't get more playing time than Bronny, something's fishy. Like, so you got guards that are hands down better than him. But if it's even anywhere close, if it's even, you know, Bronny go get the nod. If it's close, Bronny might still get the nod. You got to destroy and be so obvious better than Bronny to make sure that you get in and you better not get hurt, because if you get hurt and Bronny get in that lineup and do anything near the competent, your job is done. That's a locker room issue.
I mean, it's not like the Lakers are winning anything, man. This is just for LeBron to go out how he want to go out. He want to play with his son. This is for LeBron's legacy. It ain't about Bronny. It's about LeBron, which is why nobody wants to play with him in the Lakers. They can't get anybody to play for them. He even offered to take a pay cut. Nobody wants to play with LeBron and that LeBron show that he got with the Lakers.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
You might not respect what he did. I mean, because Jordan didn't do it. At the time, he owned the Washington Wizards. He could have easily took his kids in with that pick.
Of course.
But his sons were trash. I mean,
well, I mean,
Jordan was better than Bronny.
Hold on. Jordan kids was trash compared to what we wanted them to be. We wanted them to be as good as MJ, right? And what we got was somebody that was good enough to play a D1 school. Like one of them went to Illinois, so they was good enough to go D1, but they was in high school the same time D Rose and Eric Gordon was in Chicago in high school, and them boys was destroying them. You get what I'm saying? So we wanted Mike kids to be better. They wasn't trash. Like if Mike really wanted to see them in the league and wanted to play with his kids and be the first to play with his kid in the NBA, he could have. He came out of retirement and he could have played with. He could have drafted his son when he owned the Hornets. He still could have drafted his son. He been owning the Hornets for more than 10 years. He could have grabbed his sons at any point and put them on the roster.
He didn't want to do that though. He didn't want to give it to him like that.
He don't want to give it to him. He don't want to give it to him. There's two different types of dudes, man. So, and he knows because you have to earn it. The satisfaction that Bronny's supposed to get is not even going to be there because they're giving it to you. Like, we got people that make stuff hard on purpose. You can't even pledge your sorority. Like your dad could run the sorority, or your big brother could run the sorority. You ain't getting a free handout because they know if you pledge and then on the final night when we actually accept you, you're not going to have the satisfaction if I don't put you through the ringer and make you earn it. So he doing his son an injustice.
Yeah, it's definitely not fair to Bronny, man. I hate that, he's being used as a prop. I guess they're going to have him play a game or two with LeBron just to let LeBron have his moment. And then they're going to send him on down to the G League.
No, they can't send him to the G League. That's in his contract.
Oh, they gave him that 2-year deal.
I think it's a 4-year. From the reports. I thought it was a 2-year as well, but the reports I just seen said 4-year, 7.9.
He won't be playing like that. And when LeBron leaves, they'll be done with Bronny.
Well, look, if Clutch Sports and LeBron can force the Lakers to draft him and give him a guaranteed contract, what make you think they can't force him to get in the lineup?
They can.
They absolutely can.
They might, but I doubt it. They know Bronny ain't that good, man. Like I said, Bronny's a good kid, man. But I hate people use him having that cardiac arrest. I know that's a big deal. But even before that, in school, he wasn't good. He averaged 14 points a game his senior year. He made McDonald's All-American. Don't know how. He's never been that good. He wasn't blessed with the size of LeBron James.
Right.
So that didn't work out in his favor.
I thought Wade's son was always better. And I don't know what happened to Wade's son, but he didn't make it either. And Wade didn't force
terrible advice.
Yeah, Wade didn't force the Heat to pick him up. You get what I'm saying? Like this is unnecessary, man. And this dude could have went and played 2 or 3 more years in college and actually earned his draft pick. He could have done that, and he would have been very satisfied because he did it himself, man. But I appreciate the call, man. Let me get some more people in here, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, bro. Yeah, he I think after the smoke clear and all that stuff, man, and Bronny realized what just happened, and he realized, it's kind of like when Kevin Durant just wanted that feeling of winning a championship, and then he said after he won it with the Warriors, that satisfaction he thought he was gonna have he didn't feel it, right? And he was like, man, that high I was chasing, man, that ain't the feeling I was expecting, and that sucked to feel like that. And then on top of that, he went and done it again back-to-back years. Not only did the feeling not be there that he thought he was gonna feel, he didn't even get the media support of giving him credit for it. And then on top of that, his teammates was talking to him like, it ain't no big deal. We won without you. Just crazy, man. So Greg Anderson, what's up? What's your thoughts?
Hey, what's going on, Mel? Hey, check this out, man.
Yeah.
Hey, check this out, Mel. I'm talking to this female, and I sent her a number 9 jersey.
Okay.
And she said, what that mean? And I responded back, that means tell your daddy to get me a job. But anyway. All right, but anyway, man, this goes back to the draft, man. I've been laughing for a whole week. All right. my man Rich Paul in the second round, he putting out rumors talking about telling other teams that if Bronny gets selected, he going to Australia. I just read a report that the Australian Basketball Association said that they weren't going to draft him either. So
he just would have just walked on to the Lakers. He would have had to play for whoever drafted him, pretty much.
Man, for whoever. Wasn't nobody gonna draft that boy. You know
No.
what I'm saying? But I'm not even saying this to hate on Bronny because I'm like you. I actually like him because he is authentic. Of all of these shady characters, he's the only one that's been authentic. But he's fucking up the script though.
Hey,
By being
hey, yeah, by being too honest, you're right. They go set him straight though. He ain't gonna say that no more. But look, let's say Vegas is saying that the odds of Bronny playing, they saying game 1, they think he'll get in the game. You think that's possible? You think he'll get in the game 1?
Absolutely. I'm gonna tell you why. First of all, this has nothing to do with competitiveness. This has nothing to do with championship level basketball. At this point, this is entertainment.
Correct.
So the Lakers Jeannie Buss and them about to make so much money selling them LeBron, Bronny James jerseys.
They said they already sold out.
I can believe it. Look, first of all, who was the first top 3 picks in the draft? I'll wait.
Yeah. It's hard to remember them names. I think 2 of them was from France.
That's what I'm saying. I don't even know who these guys are or whatever, but I know the 55th pick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So look, this has nothing to do with competitive basketball. They about to sell them jerseys, and the first game that Bronny throw James an alley hoop and he get a dunk.
Oh, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be
It's
crazy.
gonna be on Gatorade commercials. It's gonna be everywhere.
And guess what though?
Doing a documentary.
And guess what though?
What?
Even us that are realists, we not gonna be able to avoid the fact that it got us hyped. Like seriously, if I see Bronny catch an alley from his son, I'm gonna be like, man, they pulled it off. I mean, they knew what they was going for. We seen it coming. They telegraphed it. They did it, and it still worked. You know, it's gonna be the real deal. It's gonna be the big time. But if look, we'll know if the NBA is on board with this spectacle if game 1 is in LA for the Lakers. Because I couldn't imagine him getting in the game and getting that standing ovation on the road. You know what I mean? Because you know what it's gonna be like. But when he get in the game, it's gonna be LA.
Mel, who you think they gonna play game 1? Who would it be? Who would be an ideal team for them to play in game 1?
Somebody they can beat.
Somebody got to be complicit in the play.
I don't know who you think. Who you think?
It's Detroit Pistons, somebody like that.
Nah, it won't be nobody that they can easily beat, and somebody that the fans can easily say, I'm not watching that game. They'll give them a real game. Because it's not gonna be about if the Lakers win or lose. It's gonna be about Bronny, right?
Okay.
It's the same reason why LeBron was so eager to say something on behalf of Caitlin Clark, because he knows that his son about to go through the same thing. He's about to be getting a lot of attention that his game is not earning.
That's very interesting. Now, will he be, when he gets to the league or when he plays and he go down the lane, will he get that Caitlin Clark treatment?
He gonna have to.
The unwarranted elbows. That, remember, who was that? Was that Lonzo Ball when he first started in the league, and Pat Bev was picking him up full court?
Correct.
Well, yeah, so it's gonna be some of the same thing. But you know what? For everybody that thinks this stuff is like cute with like people not earning a spot, I mean, I ain't mad at it either way, whichever way you think about it or whatever. But I'm just saying, like, it ain't so cute when the stuff like that start happening to Sam Cassell, that been working for 15 years on them benches and player development and staying up all night and city to city, and they just hand the job to JJ.
Or Phil Handy, who got looked over twice because they fired Frank Vogel and was like, Phil Handy, we just go keep you as an assistant. We ain't gonna interview you. And then did it again when they fired him, and they had the nerve to come back and ask him to come be an assistant for JJ Redick. They ain't even found a stat. First of all, when you come when you interview for a job, one of the first things that you should be asking is, okay, if you get this job, tell me about who you go bringing on board. Like, who's your staff? Who don't have a staff? Like, you ain't got a staff in mind.
That's how you know it was rigged. Because you don't even, first of all, you're supposed to have a coaching staff before you start the draft.
Correct.
That's how you know a player gonna fit into your system.
Correct.
Come on, man. This thing is rigged, man. So, but my whole thing is rigged. Okay, I know it's rigged, but don't tell me it's not rigged. That's
Right.
the only thing that makes me. That's the only thing to get.
That's what's bothering me. If you just come out and tell me, you know, I mean, don't feed me pork chop and tell me it's chicken. I know the difference. I don't care if you fried, dyed, or laid to the side. I know the difference. So just don't insult me like that, man. Just tell me what it is, and I can accept that. Okay, y'all cheating, y'all playing the game, y'all cheating. Say, okay, cool. Y'all ain't really trying to win. Y'all just trying to make. Okay, cool. Now we can stop worrying about y'all. But you can't come tell us now we trying to win, and you know this is a come on, man. That it ain't adding up, man.
It just ain't adding up. But at the end of the day, hey, it's a cold war going on behind the scenes with Stephen A. JJ Redick, and LeBron camp. So that's we just gonna have to watch that a little later. But I'm out of here though. I want to hear your comments.
All right, big dog. Thanks. All right, let's get some more phone calls in here. I probably take maybe 2 or 3 more really good ones. 2 or 3 more really good phone calls. Caller, what's up? What's your name?
What's up, man? Rich, man. Philly.
Who is this again?
Rich from Philly.
Rich from Philly. All right, go ahead. What's your thoughts?
I mean, at the end of the day, I'm happy for the kid, man. You know, young boy. I guess I want to say I'm proud of him, but I'm just more happy for him. But you know, at the same time, hold on, Callie, wait, go in the living room. At the same time, it's like I feel like how everybody feels. You know what I mean? A lot of people feel, you know, whether it's in the league or, you know, spectator or whatever. We customers at the end of the day. We got the right to critique, you know, whatever we paying for.
Correct.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
I'm with you, man. Like the first thing is I don't want to be overly critical over LeBron. Not because not LeBron, but Bronny. Not because he's a kid like everybody else saying, "Oh, you critiquing a 19-year-old kid." Nah, I'm good on that, man. I joined the military very early, and they ain't have no issue critiquing me and telling me when I wasn't doing my job right. You know what I mean? So, and I had to earn it. I had to earn everything. So being 19 ain't no excuse. You're a professional now. So yeah, we can critique you. We can hard foul you. We can play defense on all the good stuff. So all that stuff they think go be protecting Bronny, he's not no freaking kid, right? So that's number one. But I don't want to be overly critical of him. And it's not fair that we have to have these conversations about him. But like I said at the beginning, LeBron keep doing this goofy stuff, man. Like you bringing this heat on this kid, and he not asking for it.
Yeah, man. It's not warranted.
Nah.
Well, no, it is warranted. It is.
Yeah, but he doing all this for him though. He not doing this for Bronny. Everybody keeps saying he's a good dad for getting his son in the league.
Nah, I seen through all that shit, man.
Yeah.
Me and my guys, me and you know my cousins, you know, a couple of my guys, we done had so many debates and all that. And I basically broke it down to him. I said, listen, man, this is actually hurting Bronny's legacy, and it's helping Bron's legacy.
Correct.
But it's hurting Bronny's legacy because at the end of the day, he's on his way out in the next 2-3 years. After 3 years from now, he's out. He's retired. His son is the one that got bullshit. You know what I mean? The players going to be, you know, they're going to be. I mean, as they should. You know what I mean? And he's going to be talked to in a bad way. And he's the one that's he's going to feel all this shit, man. Yeah. You know what I mean? Oh, you don't deserve it. Your dad brought you in the league. All kind of shit. You know what I mean? Oh, you only in here because of your dad. You only on the Lakers because of your dad. You know, the Lakers, bro, like, at the end of the day, Lakers is a team, is a franchise that's it's an honor for you to wear that purple and gold. You know what I mean? Now is just a shit show. You know what I mean?
A circus uniform.
Circus, man. And
look, let me ask you this. Do you think these players got the balls to come at LeBron or come at Bronny the way the females came at Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese?
Wait, repeat that again.
Do you think the players in the league, the vets and everybody else is competing? Do you think they got the balls to come at Bronny with that type of energy that Pat Bev came to Lonzo Ball?
Because the league got softer, man.
So Bronny about to get a free pass. Ain't nobody about to do him like Lonzo Ball.
They not.
That's interesting.
Is right there. You know, it's a quiet situation. But behind the scenes, niggas is talking. You know what I mean? People is talking. Excuse my words. People is talking. You know, in living rooms, whether in the locker room, they talking. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
But on social media or whatever, these guys they not talking, like they're not gonna speak out and say how they really feel and stuff like that. Back in the days, Kobe era, Jordan era, AI era, the good old days. Listen, man, you ain't even want if you fucking up, you ain't even want to you not even want to show up or be part of the league no more. You're gonna get talked to in the worst way ever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, it's a bad joint, man, all throughout, man. I'm happy, like I said, I'm happy for him, but at the end of the day, like I told my cousin the other day, I'm like, listen, my cousin was like, yeah, this is a great joint. This is a great, for Philly, we say joint for a lot of reasons. But he said, it's a great joint. It's a great joint. But Bronny and his son, like, oh my God, this is incredible. I'm like, how is it incredible? If the kid, he's basically saying it's a great joint. Okay, but I said, listen, bro, it's not a good situation. It would be a good situation if the kid earned it, and then also if the kid was actually nice. If he was nice, like how his father was in high school, coming into the league, all that buzz behind him because he's nice.
Yeah.
And Kobe was when he was nice, and other guys too that was nice. You know what I'm saying? Then yeah, we'll be like, yes, this a good situation right here. But we're unhappy for a reason. And I hope his dad or somebody, or Bronny see what we see. You know what I mean? It's just like, come on, man. This is not it, man. This is not it.
All right, man. Thanks for the call, man.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. For everybody who called in, but so let me explain something, because I'm sending when I'm on the phone with someone and the phone call come in, I send you the voicemail because it's that beeping noise is kind of annoying when someone's trying to talk, and I can't stop it from being, the only thing I can do is send you the voicemail. What's going on, Dominique? What's your thoughts?
Oh man, this topic is crazy now. Honestly, I feel like we probably think a lot of the same thing on this, but I just think that the shenanigans by these privileged athletes, it's going to have a chilling impact on the rest of Black America, because it becomes a part of like a stereotype that Black people can't succeed in the meritocracy, that we need help to succeed. Like Bronny got help, and DEI then becomes a bad name due to placing, LeBron James in a position to do this much damage from a family of 4 adults that have less than 12 months of a college education between all of them, and they're billionaires. So it's like, congratulations, LeBron. You just fed the stereotypes and the myths that form social barriers for the rest of us. You know what I mean?
You know what?
It's just,
I get that part a little bit. And I'm actually was going to talk about this a little bit later in the next segment. But it's slightly different, right? And I get to it when I get to it, but I can smell what you're cooking.
I just, did you hear? I missed like the beginning of the show, but did you hear Shaq saying that Bronny should be given a fair chance?
No, I didn't. What did Shaq say?
Said that, and that he needs to be given a fair chance. And I'm just like, are you serious? This kid has led a privileged life as the son of a billionaire. He's earned nothing. He has been handed everything, and still worse, he has stolen the opportunity of a legitimate player who put in the work and earned the spot. That McDonald's All-American selection was clear-cut corruption. That needs to be investigated, not celebrated. Whose spot did Bronny take on the McDonald's team? Ditto for USC. Whose spot did he take there? And now the Lakers. Whose spot is he taking there?
Somebody's.
So sure, the Lakers can spend their money on whoever they like, and we can insist, you know, myself, you, whoever can insist on reporting the facts as they relate to clear-cut nepotism. And honestly, I'm going to take it a step further, narcissism. Okay, because that's what this is about. It's beyond nepotism to me.
Yeah.
We know, like, to me, it's not like when I looked at Bronny at the press conference and, you know, Dalton Connect sitting next to him, like, it looks like Bronny doesn't even want to play professional basketball. He looks spaced out, like he prefers video games. Okay. And Connect's body language during that press conference, it looked like he couldn't believe that his, you know, draft moment had to be paired with this.
Well, if that's his body language, you better change it real quick, because that guy that he feel like that about, dad is the head coach and the GM. So,
no, exactly.
Yeah. He might want to change
me,
that real quick, or he gonna be on the end of that bench.
He's going to be on the end of the bench anyway. Bronny's going to get more minutes than Connect.
You think so?
First round pick.
You think so? We should start a poll on that.
We need to book it, because for all of LeBron's career, going back to his early playing days, he has never wanted to develop any players. He's never wanted to play with anybody, you know, young. He's always wanted experience and people who were ready to win a title with him now. But all of a sudden, the Lakers and JJ Redick can come in and create a player development program where they're taking on players for 4 years. How come Connect doesn't have a 4-year guaranteed contract?
He did get signed, and since he was a first rounder, he wasn't a lottery pick. So I got to double check on what his contract was. I'm not sure if it's guaranteed.
I don't think it's 4 years. I don't think it's the player development program that Bronny's in, because we both know that, you know, in a year, Connect is going to be in the G League or right on out of the league or wherever he's going to go.
Yeah, that's
maybe he won't.
Interesting.
Maybe he won't, but we know that the Lakers and LeBron have never wanted to develop anybody.
Yeah, he definitely didn't want to develop
That hasn't been
Wiggins.
their standard. Whatever happened to Brandon Ingram, qualified NBA player that they traded away? Julius Randle, who, you know, I don't care very much for, but these people are all a lot more qualified when they first came in, when they were younger, than Bronny is.
Yeah.
So why didn't LeBron want to play with them, but all of a sudden we can develop Bronny for 4 years? He has a 4-year development plan to become an NBA player.
Yeah.
So basically he's just going to be, you know, putting on a uniform. Okay. Like now Bronny has to wear a basketball player costume and pretend he is an NBA basketball player and professional athlete. That's what's going to happen.
Let me get to this comment, because I think this, I've been hearing this a lot. You know, Unspoken Voices said, what do you, and I'm gonna answer this question. I'm just reading it. What do you think about? Come
on, Mel. Like
hold on.
Can we talk about that for a moment?
Hold on. Let me say this. Let me read it. What do you think about Giannis having his brother having a job in the NBA? I don't think much about it. And this is what I've been telling everybody, right? Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. And what we're reacting to is the Lakers and LeBron and JJ and the NBA and ESPN and the rest of the media making a huge deal out of LeBron and Bronny playing together and telling us that it's not what we're seeing what it is, right? So that action is getting pushback. There was no such action.
To make us feel stupid.
Right. There's no such action from Milwaukee and Giannis. They're not that loud. So have people talked about it? Have people talked about Milwaukee and Giannis and clown his brother? We've been clowning him for the last 2 or 3 years and telling everyone he doesn't deserve to be in the league. And it's funny. But they're not at the same time having the media push it like it's some great thing and all this stuff. So we don't have to give it the amount of pushback that we have to give the Lakers and Bronny. And that's what you're saying. So don't compare it to anything else. We've seen nothing like this. We've not seen
literally
a player get forced out as a freshman when he was not ready, all because his dad wanted to play with him. And then in order for us to get him drafted, I had to leverage myself to force my team to draft him and then put my own coach in place that was going to be complacent with it. We've not seen that.
Mel, but also, can we also state the fact that Thanasis was drafted by the Knicks when Giannis was out there scoring 6 points? Rob Parker reported this. They talked about it, and it's true. He was drafted by the Knicks. Giannis didn't use his power to get him into the NBA. Giannis had no power at that time.
Correct.
So he was drafted on his own merit. They thought that he was an NBA player. Okay. And what did they do after the Summer League games? They went ahead and put him in the G League. He was cut. So it wasn't like the NBA just put him on the Knicks because of Giannis. That had nothing to do with anything. Giannis did not use any power at that time to get him into the NBA. He was cut. He went to the G League. He played for, I think, Knicks, the Westchester League for the Knicks. And then when Giannis, I guess, started winning and became a big player, okay, he did then use his power to get him at the end of the bench of the Bucks. Okay, but this is not nearly the same. He earned his way into the NBA initially.
Who?
Well,
yeah, you can say that. You can say that. I say that.
Nobody knew that Giannis was going to be good.
Nobody gifted him a draft pick for sure. You're right. Nobody gifted him
that's all that I'm saying.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and so we can keep talking about Giannis. We can talk about every other basketball player's son that was in the league. You know, we can talk about them all, and nothing. And like you said, none of them compare to this.
None of them. Well, look, man, I appreciate the phone call, man. I'm gonna let two more get in here before I move to the next segment.
All righty.
All right,
Take care, Mel.
Yep. How many fathers have helped their family get into union? This is not a union, brother. There's no comparison to this, right? You can't compare a regular job or a front office job to this at all. You can't do that. This is first and foremost, LeBron didn't need a job. This is talent based, right? The best talent supposed to get the look, get the nod. Now I'm okay with them looking and saying, hey, Bronny got Bron jeans, and I want to see where that goes. I'm drafting on potential. That's fine. I'm good with that. If they said we drafted on potential, but that's not what they're saying. They're telling us that this dude got the stuff already and he's earned it. And all this, no, don't tell us that. Just say, no, I mean, he hasn't earned it, but we think that he go turn into something. I'm cool with that. Right. But this is not comparable to a father owning a company and passing it down to his son, or a father owning a company and hiring his son to do some paperwork or some office job, giving him a job. That's not the same thing, right? It's not the same thing at all. This is not a father advertising a job and taking interviews and interviewing 10 people, knowing I'm gonna give it to my son, and he don't even have to interview, right? So I mean, no, this is something totally different. This is something totally different. All right, who I got on the line?
Yo, what's up, man? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's up?
I don't think anybody would really be saying nothing if Bronny was the best player on USC. He led his team to the NCAA tournament. I don't think anybody would be saying anything. Don't you agree?
If he was the best, like if he actually was hooping and balling out on the court and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, if he was like the best player on USC or averaging.
No, because LeBron has been talking about playing with his son since his son was in high school, and we was all for it. We all wanted to see it.
Right.
But then we started to notice, shoot, man, he running out of steam. He not turning into one of the greatest players. You know what I mean? He didn't grow to be 6'6", 6'7" like we thought he was gonna be. You know, then he had the heart issue. It was like, oh man, you get what I'm saying? So all of this stuff happened, and now with new data, we realize, yeah, it's probably not a possibility. But Bron is like, hell no, it's still gonna happen, big dog, and I'm gonna make it happen. And that's disgusting.
And I feel sorry for Bronny, man, because he really seems like he's a good kid.
He is.
And if anybody with logical sense knows that this is not really for him, it's for LeBron.
Right.
Because, you know, if I'm Bronny, I'm thinking like, damn, my pops always want to take my shine. You remember when a few years ago when he was in high school, and I forgot what school it was, but they were at the layup line, and LeBron was at the game, and then he joined the team to do the layup dunk, like had a dunk contest or whatever it was. You remember that?
Yeah.
It was like a few years ago, and I saw that. I was like, "Yo, you can't even have you can't even let your son shine and have his own moment.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
got to take this from him too." It's like,
Yeah. But I mean, I can't. I mean, that's his personality though. That's how he is. I mean, I done got used to that. I mean, when you see it, is one thing, but you can't ask a person not to be them. So I mean, I won't go that far on LeBron. He's gonna be him. He's a goofy at times. He do some goof troop stuff, man, and it's cool. I do goofy stuff around my kids too. So
right. But all I'm saying is, it's like, come on, man. If this was really about him getting in the league, then it don't even matter if him going to the Lakers. You should be just happy him making it.
Correct.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's about LeBron and his legacy. This is another check in the box that he had on his list, and he's able to check it off. And they go capitalize on it. The Lakers go sell a lot of jerseys. They go sell tickets, and they're gonna push this Bron and Bronny thing all season long. So. They already got it mapped out. They get to put this whole season and get to push it around him and Bronny, and then next season possibly he get to push his whole farewell tour. So
I really believe that he's trying to get Bryce up in there too, and he can have his own little last dance documentary.
Oh
moment,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I'm telling you, Rich Paul and Bron, they done all sat down with Jeannie Buss and mapped all this out. They're very strategic, and they map things out way in advance. Like they even had this scoring record mapped out. Yeah. So I mean, they got everything. I just wish I could just be a fly on the wall and see their list. And when they made it, probably back in 2010. They had a list of everything. If we do all these things, we're the GOAT. And then if we do all these things, nobody else has done this. And hey, you got to average this much for this long if you want the record. And all they just map stuff out. And they've sat down with Jeannie Buss and said, look, this is how you can make money even if we don't win. I got this going on. You go sell these tickets because of this. I got this. We go sell because of that. And all this stuff. And Jeannie Buss has bought into it.
I'll give it to LeBron, man. He evil genius.
He is, but this is now we understand what Phil Jackson was talking about when we got mad at him when he said LeBron and his posse. Right. LeBron and his posse X, Y, and Z, and everybody got mad and was like, that's racist. You said posse. What are you trying to say? Blah blah blah. This is what he was talking about. These group of people, Clutch Sports, Rich Paul, all these people that's coming in that was trying to take over Miami, and Pat Riley wouldn't let him, so he had to leave. This is what Phil Jackson was talking about.
No, that's facts, man. Yeah, that's facts.
But all right, man. Thanks for the call.
I appreciate you.
All right. All right, let's get one more call. All those white boys passing off companies to their sons to run it to the ground. I don't understand why y'all equate this to a company. LeBron don't own the Lakers, and he's not hiring his son to a front office job. Dr. Buss passed down the company to his daughter. That's his prerogative. He's trained and taught his daughter how to run that company from the time that she was a kid. Who the hell else he go pass it down to? That's what you're supposed to do, pass it down. You build a legacy so you can pass it to your son. But that's not what LeBron is doing. LeBron is asking a person with the company to give his son a roster spot and a guaranteed contract when his talent don't really equate to him getting what they just gave him. That's what LeBron is doing. And he said, I continue to play for you if you do this for my son. It was a business deal. Ronnie, what's up, man? What's your thoughts?
What's going on, brother? How are you?
I'm good, man. How your day going, bro?
Man, it's going all right.
All right.
Well, I'm gonna try to make it quick, man.
All right, go ahead.
Why was LeBron considered the chosen? Why did he choose the number 23? Why did LeBron leave Cleveland and actually go to Miami?
Why did he leave Miami?
Mm.
Why is it that he went back to Cleveland? Was it his choice, or did he receive a phone call that he liked? Why did he leave and go to LA? All of these things are all connected. There's two parties that's in this, and it's a perfect marriage. It's the money makers, which is the league, and it's LeBron's narrative. Both work together because the NBA realized what they couldn't do with Michael and with Kobe, and they're doing it. That's another reason. Let me say, and this is another reason too. I asked this question: why is it that they, not just David Stern, but the league was so against Chris Paul playing with Kobe Bryant?
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why is it that Michael Jordan, even when he was playing, he had no power when it came to the front office? Why is it that all of these things are all connected into one story? The guys that we consider, we always talk about it, the top two, Michael and Kobe, they didn't have that type. They didn't have this. And the only reason why is because they realize we can't play with these men because they are really about business, not about basketball no more. And it won't be until LeBron is gone, because all of this is just a narrative about him to try to, when he leaves the game, there will be enough stuff for people to say, oh, this is what makes him to go, oh, look, oh, who else played with their son in the league? That's what this is about. This isn't about Bronny. I have nothing to say about Bronny. I wish him well. Regardless of what, I think that the way that they're going about it is wrong, and I don't think that it benefits his son, because basically you just giving him a pass. And in this world will eat you alive, man, when you step off your porch.
Correct.
So giving him a pass like that is not, he ain't gonna know how to deal with stuff when it comes in front of him. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that that's beneficial to him. Now, regardless of what, I still wish him the best in his career. You know what I'm saying? But I'm smart enough to know this is not about Bronny at all. This is all about power. What LeBron is looking for is the same thing that everybody else is looking for who deals with him. You just mentioned Phil Jackson. I mentioned Kobe Bryant. I mentioned Michael Jordan. Let's mention some other folks. How about Pat Riley?
Mm-hmm.
How about Greg Pop? There's a connection with these type of men. These are real serious men, real disciplined men. And for some weird reason, they seem to be distant from LeBron and his whole quote-unquote camp or posse.
Correct.
This whole clown show that's going on. Because that's really what this is. It's not about basketball, man. It's not about nothing else but the narrative of, when I retire, I want everybody to look at me as the GOAT, because I wasn't able to prove it on the floor, but I still got a bunch of blank pages in this book that I got to fill up. And I'm going to try to fill it up with whatever. I'm going to try to manipulate it as much as possible, so that when this book is closed, people ain't got a choice but to try to put me on the top shelf with the Kobe Bryants, the Michael Jordans, the Kareem Abdul-Jabbars, the Magic Johnsons, the Bill Russells. Those men went through the grind. They didn't try to find little ways to try to manipulate and go through the back door. But
Correct.
that's been LeBron's entire career, and that's what I don't respect about him, because I honestly feel like he didn't have to do that. He
Correct.
didn't.
He
But
did.
he chose to, and that's what waters him down, and he doesn't understand that. And that's all I gotta tell you.
I appreciate that, and you kind of alluded to some stuff I'm gonna get into in a later segment about his manufactured career. But you're right. He's trying to manufacture Bronny's because his was manufactured, and he knows what that is about. All this stuff was fake. Even the fact that JJ Redick got that job, he didn't earn it. He didn't do anything to get that job. All this stuff is just manufactured, man. They're just putting pieces where they want to put them, man.
It's a movie that's not about a real person.
Exactly.
That's what this is. It's just a story.
Yep.
That's it. It's a story. It's not real. And I can't respect it, bro. It's like, just go through the grind, bro. If you're not in that, because this all stems to Michael. All of this does. It's all about that standard of, I want to be there.
Yeah.
But the way you going about it, bro, is just weak and real recognize real. Everybody ain't gonna fall for that, man. It's just not. We gonna look back and and everybody gonna look at it. Everything be like, damn, that was kind of corny. Damn, he was doing this. Damn, you know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. And I just feel like he didn't have to go that route. You know what I mean? And people leave a lot of stuff out when it comes to LeBron and all the things that he's done and all the people he's played with and all the people he's gotten rid of. And when it comes to his greatness, none of those things are mentioned. But as soon as somebody want to talk about Kobe Bryant, the first thing they mention is that he played with Shaq.
Correct.
The first thing they mention is that. But what nobody ever mentions is that Shaq had an opportunity to win without Kobe. He didn't even win a game in the finals. Not only that, you remember that?
I mean, well, he did get the one ring with Wade, though.
Huh?
He did get the one ring with Wade.
I mean, no, I know that. I ain't even got there yet. I'm just saying. My whole point is that people's arguments, Kobe destroyed that argument. He won 2.
Correct.
Without you, bro.
Yeah.
He been to 7. You been to 6. You know, he actually won back to back. You never done that without him, ever.
Sheesh.
He never got swept in an NBA Finals, even when he lost. Come on, man. Stop.
Yeah.
I'm sick of that, bro. People just pick and choose, man. That's what this is all about, and I don't like it. It's whack.
Yeah, I agree with
whack.
you. I agree with you 100%, big dog. For real.
All right, man.
All right, man. Thanks for the call.
Bro. I'm going to listen.
All right, no doubt. All right, that's it for this segment, man. I'll take phone calls on the next one. But you know, it's along the same lines, man, because and thanks for the super chat, Morris, man. Everyone took the stairs and Brown took the elevator. That's pretty much what he did. You know, the elevator. Okay, I'll take this last one. This you the last caller from Missouri. What's up?
Oh man, I'm blessed today. I was gonna do my voice, but you called me off guard saying I'm the last caller.
What's good? What's your thoughts though?
Bro, so what's going to happen? You guys kind of alluded to this earlier, and I was thinking about this. I got a friend who's an old school Laker fan. He's about my age, and I was like, him to.
Hello.
Shit up in the summer league. He stinks it up in preseason, and he's not good during regular season, but yet he's still on the roster. Now, and I'm saying this to preface to say, a second round pick at number 55 stinks it up in the summer league, stinks it up in preseason. More than likely, they ain't even going to be on the roster come regular season.
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna jump in real quick because this is funny, right?
Go ahead.
So, if you ever watched the Lenny Cook story, Lenny Cook was the player that was ranked number 1 before LeBron was ranked number 1, right, in high school.
Okay.
And Lenny Cook was destroying people, but he was older than LeBron and Melo, right? I think he was a senior. LeBron was a junior, maybe, or maybe he was a junior. LeBron was a sophomore. I can't remember. I think he was a year or two above Bron when he was number 1. But when they went to the Nike camp or the ABCD camp, they faced against each other. Lenny Cook was underestimating LeBron, and he had a decent game, but it went down to the wire, and LeBron hit the game winner. After that tournament, after that camp, LeBron took his spot at number 1, right? And Lenny Cook entered the draft, didn't go to college, and he didn't get drafted, right? Now, I say all that to say this. Lenny Cook, ever since then, he was out for blood, and he wanted to prove that he was better than LeBron. So when LeBron got drafted, Lenny Cook was on the Celtics Summer League team. And I want to say about 3 games, Lenny Cook was killing for Boston. Looked like he was going to make the team. That's how good he was playing. And he was so ready for the 4th game because it was against LeBron in Cleveland. And Lenny Cook was about to destroy him. Do you know what the NBA did? They made Boston bench Lenny Cook for that game.
Wow.
Lenny Cook did not play in that game, and he didn't get an explanation why. And he was the best player on the team for the first 3 games. They benched him against LeBron. That's because Nike. Remember, it's the same thing when LeBron had the camp and that kid Jordan Crawford dunked on him and somebody caught it on camera. Nike representatives went and snatched everyone's camera and made them delete the footage. So as a organization, if I'm trying to market this player, I can't have him in embarrassing moments. So luckily one guy posted it on YouTube, so we was able to see the dunk, but Nike didn't want anyone to see it. And Nike and the NBA didn't want anyone to come and upstage LeBron, so they sat Lenny Cook. All right, my whole point is this: if Bronny starts to stink it up in summer league, they'll sit him. He'll have some ankle injury and he'll sit for the rest of summer league. They will not allow this kid to embarrass himself in summer league. They'll sit him or something along those lines.
You're talking about the 17 pick?
No.
Oh, you're talking about Bronny?
Yeah, Bronny. But before he looks bad, they will sit him down. They would rather him have an ankle injury for the rest of the summer league than have him looking bad out there. Now, as far as him being on the roster, his dad will help him out, not look bad. You know, some of the best games I seen my son play, he was on my team. I mean, I thought my son was looking so good. 1 week we went to the gym. We was in there for a whole week balling. My son couldn't miss, but I know my son, and I was feeding him. I was spoon feeding him shots. I know where he want the ball. It was like twins. I knew what to do, and he was killing. Like, man, dudes was like, man, how old is your son? I was like, man, he was 15 at the time, 15. Man, oh man, he gonna be good. But when he played with his friends doing trial and stuff like that, he always would kind of shrink a little bit. You know what I mean? So him playing with his dad might be better than him playing in the summer league.
That's true, but assuming that he's not ready for this level, I mean, I'm just making an assumption. And these other cats are going to be coming at him. And I'm talking about these other teams. Preseason hit, and he's thinking it up. It's going to be obvious that he's only still on the active roster. Well, here's the other problem. Like you said, you alluded to earlier. Rich Paul and fixed this guy's this kid's contract where he can't even be sent to the G League.
Correct.
Who gets what second round pick gets a contract like that?
I have no clue.
So right. So even if they wanted to send him down for more experience and get him, say, hey man, let's send you down, let's get you to. They can't even do that. But my point is that if he's stinking it up in preseason, he stunk it up in summer league. More than likely, being a second round, you either get sent to the J League or you get cut. And this guy's going to be on a professional roster, 15-man roster.
He's uncuttable. He's uncuttable and he's untradeable. And
that's crazy,
and it ain't even in this contract. And this the last thing I say, bro. Shoot, man, I think I lost my train of thought. Hold on, let me bring it back. What I wanted to say, Bronny. Man, I lost my train of thought. Man, keep talking. Go ahead. It's gonna come back to me. Go ahead. Finish what you were saying.
No. I'm gonna say it's gonna be sad because we know that there are a bunch of kids who may or may not pan out at the second round, but at least they would have gotten a shot. They would have gotten the opportunity to show what they could do, at least in the summer league, maybe in preseason, give the coach an opportunity to see what they can do. And they won't get that chance. And then you got this kid, and it's good. And like the other previous caller said, he's not blaming it on Bronny, and I'm not blaming it on Bronny either.
Yeah.
But LeBron done stacked his team, and he's got his son, bro. It's just a matter of time before he started lineup, and we all going to sit back and say he ain't got no business in the starting line, not on the team, let alone in the starting lineup. It's going to be terrible, man.
They're going to put him in there for defensive purposes. They're already saying he's a defensive specialist, but I just remember what I wanted to say. But before I say that 55th pick, if they was really trying to really get talent on their roster, they could have went and inquired and figured out, man, what we got to do to get Amani Bates, because that dude is like that. Amani Bates is like that, and he would be a really good fit on that team. But what I was going to say is, most fans and most people that follow sports don't think for themselves, and they have to watch ESPN to get their opinions. Like it's sad where your opinions don't come organically. You have to go and listen to someone else talk to form your opinion. And that's what the media is for. And that's why Clutch Sports has spent so much time putting plants in the media, because they tell us what to think. Nick Wright, Shannon Sharp, Chris Broussard, all of these guys is going to get up there and tell you what you just saw. You can watch Bronny have a bad game in summer league, and you can watch a player destroy him defensively. And then when we turn on ESPN the next day, Shannon Sharp's going to explain to you why you didn't see what you just saw. Just like they're doing it with Caitlin Clark. We seen Caitlin Clark get destroyed. And what was the narrative that the media said? They're jealous, and they're only defending her because they're jealous of her, and no one else gets defense played on them 94 feet. No rookie gets this type of defense. All those crazy things, they tried to say all of that just to make people back off of her. And then when they start backing off her a little bit, now what they're saying, oh man, y'all can't stop her.
Right.
So the media going to do their job. It don't matter how bad Bronny looks. The media is going to explain why he looked that bad, and it's not going to be his fault. It's going to be someone else's fault, and that's what everybody that's a Bron fan is going to go with.
Right. Well, let me land on this. Land my plane on this, as we say. This is what Ump's going to do. We know what Shannon Sharp's going to do, like he always done for LeBron. LeBron lose a big game, a playoff game. Well, Skip, LeBron did his job. He did his job. Basically saying what them other guys do.
Correct.
You remember? You guys remember the Budweiser commercials, Leon?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's LeBron. Leon and LeBron don't say it, so LeBron won't come out and say it, but his surrogates will say it. You got Shannon talking. LeBron did his job. Remember, Leon, you say, "Hey man, I can't carry all the other dudes, man." Leon used to have me in tears.
Hey, you about to make me go back and watch some of them commercials. I forgot all about them, man.
Bro, they on YouTube, man. You can go and get them, and you put LeBron's face on them. All right, man.
All right, brother. Yep. Yeah, I forgot about Leon. That's funny. All right, let's move. All right. So Rob Parker, he had some stuff to say about the LeBron thing, and this is a soundbite from after the draft. Yeah, you're right, Dominique. That Lenny Cook story is really good and sad, but he bought that on himself, man. He was lazy, but yeah, he was ranked number one. And somebody gave him bad advice, and he instead of going to college, he tried to enter the draft, and the rumor about him was that he was lazy. Nobody took a chance on him. So, so Rob Parker had something to say after the draft, and he pretty much said that drafting Bronny is the worst decision in sports history. I'll let him explain.
Chris, I want to make this very clear. This is not anything to do with Bronny. It doesn't. I get it. It's his father trying to do what's right or help his kid in any way he can. I don't have any kids. I never played professional sports. I get all that. But I must admit, I think this is the worst decision that's ever happened in professional sports. And I'm dead serious when I say that. The worst.
By a team or
not just
player?
All around. Everybody involved in this, because it changes what the essence of the game has always been, which is about competition. Chris, this is what we've always talked about. And the reason why you have an NFL where you have essentially 99% of the owners are white, and yet the league is 70% black. Meritocracy is what allowed this to be the case. They didn't go out and just fill their teams with people who look like them because they own the team and said, I don't care. I'm going to do what I want to do, and no one can tell me because I own the team. It was about the best people went out there, played the game, and the people who deserve to get jobs got jobs. I heard a lot of people throw around nepotism. And there's plenty of nepotism, and I've been critical
I was
of
one that threw it around.
Yeah, I've plenty. And I've thrown out nepotism. Chris, it's wrong. We've seen it, especially in the front office.
Oh,
but
gosh.
it ain't
staffs, front office,
right.
all that.
But it ain't the same as what we've seen here as far as
correct
on the field. Someone would have to show me on the field where some guy got his son a spot on a team or some owner put his nephew on. I'll just take the last spot on the roster. It doesn't matter. I want you to be on the team because I own the team. And that's the part I think when LeBron looks at his legacy, that he'll be leaving the sport in a worse place than when he got here.
So though it's two things out of that soundbite I want to use. That last thing he said about LeBron leaving the sport in a worse place than what it was when he got there. That's very true. I'm gonna get to that last, right? LeBron leaving the sport worse, right? What I want to get to first was him talking about the nepotism and people trying to equate it to owners getting their family members in the front office. And he said that, like, I mean, you got to show me an owner getting a player on the roster. If you want to compare this to what LeBron just did, you have to show me an owner getting a player and his family on the roster, because it's not the same in the front office, because getting someone in the front office to be some type of intern does not affect the outcome of what happens with that team, because all those players on the team, you know, whether it's football or basketball, they're trying to come together they're trying to win games, and that's how they earn their living, right? You're paying me to win games. You're paying me to sell tickets. You're paying me to make more money for you. And I had to be allowed to do that. And for that, I would rather you not train rookies on my watch, especially rookies that hasn't earned it, right? LeBron didn't want rookies on his watch when he was trying to win championships either. When he showed up to Cleveland, he said, trade Wiggins, get me Kevin Love. When he got to LA, he said, get rid of Ingram, get rid of Lonzo Ball, get rid of whoever else they had, Josh Hart, give me Anthony Davis. I don't want these young guns. I want to win right now, right? So having someone shadow, because what happened with the Lakers, Jenny Bush was pretty much shadowing her dad. I'm going to show you how to run the company. That's not the same thing. We got to stop comparing putting someone on the roster, taking a roster spot when there's limited spots, or me having my daughter follow me around and learn the business. That don't even make sense. You trying to compare that. So, but he also said that, you know, this is like one of the worst decisions in sports history, because it's setting a bad precedence, right? The first thing that it's really doing is what minority, and forget saying minority, I just say black people. What black person now can complain about nepotism? You remember who was complaining about how coaches was getting hired in the NFL? There's a coach right now who has a lawsuit against the NFL. I think he coached the Dolphins. I forgot his name, but he has a lawsuit against the NFL. It's the same coach who got the phone call from Bill Belichick and was like, hey, they want you. They want you. They want to hire you. And he was like, what? You heard something I didn't hear? Because they told me they didn't want me. And then Bill Belichick was like, oh, my bad. I called the wrong person. He made a mistake and called this coach and told him that this other guy got the job. And I don't even think the other guy even was qualified for it. So we've been complaining about nepotism when it comes to black coaches, black head coaches, even black head coaches in both leagues, NBA, NFL, front office job, GMs. Like, we've been complaining about nepotism. We can't complain no more, because now we've said we're okay with it now. Hey, when we do it, we're fine with it now. That's not how you fix things. You don't say, well, they've been doing it to us so long, let's do it back to them. You don't do that. And that's basically what everyone is saying. I'm okay with it because someone that looked like me is doing it. But now we've set a precedent. We're okay with it now. So now when it comes back around on us, when we got zero black coaches in the NFL, whenever it swings back around on us, We can't complain. That's the precedence that we're setting because we want Bronny and LeBron to get their way. LeBron, sometimes you got to save yourself from yourself. He's not the only player who ever thought about doing something like this, who had the power to do it. Like we said earlier, Michael Jordan could have, he's owned the team for 10 plus years. At any point, he could have gave his son a roster spot. When he was with the Wizards and came out of retirement, he could have got his son on that squad. He didn't have to draft Kwame Brown. He could have drafted his son. Gave him a roster spot and be like, oh, man, I'm playing with my son. What a dream. Wade could have done it. He got a lot of leverage with the Miami Heat. I mean, hell, they named the street after him, Wade County. Or Wade, whatever they call it. He got pulled in Miami. He could have leveraged Phil or Pat. Come on, man. Get my son on this squad. I don't think Pat Riley would have done it because he ain't that type of goofy. He's not a Rob Pelinka or Jenny Buss. He's not a goofy like that. But he's not the only person who could have done this. But this sets a bad precedence because this freaking nepotism cannot be used again. And it's people that's in the media and it's people that's in ownership who are our white counterparts and our white brothers and sisters who love to see this because now that y'all ain't got an issue with it, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it no more. When we start interview, as a matter of fact, let's get rid of the Rooney rule. That rule that forces owners to interview one minority. Get rid of it. Ain't no need for it because we're telling everyone we're okay with nepotism. We're fine with it. We're perfectly fine with it. We're going to let all of that go for this one player because we like this one player. You get what I'm saying? Look, you got to look at how bad this looks. As far as LeBron leaving the league in the worst situation, let's see how the NBA died on LeBron's watch. The All-Star game is dead. The dunk contest is dead. Defense is dead. Triple doubles rule everything. Triple doubles rule everything around me. And Cream gets the money, right? If you get in a triple double, you get MVPs. You can be the best player in the league. You don't have to play no defense. You can be Luka, and as long as you get close to a triple double, that's it. LeBron started it. Triple double basketball. We got some of the worst analysts and commentators in sports, Nick Wright, Shannon Sharp, these type of guys, all because of LeBron. We even look at basketball different now. We don't even look at it from offense, defense, winning. We look at it from triple-double numbers. That's it. The way LeBron fans and his media plants discuss basketball, you don't even need to watch the game to discuss it. You can stop watching basketball right now and discuss basketball the way Nick Wright does it. All you need is Google. You can sit down and you can Google stats and you can go to Basketball Reference and whatever else you want to go, NBA.com, and just talk about stacks. And that's it. You don't have to watch one. You don't have to watch one game. You don't even have to ever have played basketball, which I don't think Nick Wright has ever played basketball. You don't have to do anything. All that stuff came in the NBA on his watch. The way they're rigging games, the way they're rigging storylines, the way it's turned into a WWE entertainment system. How we're praising the dude that just won't go sit down and retire. Like at some point you cannot be the sophomore in college coming back to the high school football games and thinking you're doing something because you're knocking off all the juniors and seniors. You can't be a sophomore in college, come back to the games and think that you're doing something because you're getting a lot of attention. LeBron's been in the league forever. It's your time. You're supposed to be gone. Go do something else. You look like Michael Jackson Thriller out there on the court. You running fast and jumping high, but when I look at it, I see Thriller. I see dead people. You look old out there. You're not supposed to be there. Give the league away. Pass the baton. This league is cooked. Olympic, that died. The Olympic team died under LeBron's watch. We getting bronze medals and now, like literally the league is in a worse position than it was when LeBron got it. Kobe left it and he got it and it was in good hands with Kobe and Tim Duncan and David Stern. LeBron and Adam Silver, this duo, you got Clutch Sports running rampant through the league. Yeah, I mean this is crazy. Yeah, he left it in a worse state than what he got it. And I'm not gonna take phone calls on this, man. Yeah, Thriller for sure. I'm not gonna take phone calls on this, man, because I don't know, man. Like I think we already cooked on the Lakers and LeBron, man. But those are my thoughts, man. And you know, I don't know, y'all can let me know what y'all think in the comments about that. I also want to get into Klay Thompson, the Warriors. I mean, you already know the news. Klay Thompson signed with the Mavs, or he agreed to sign with the Mavs. It's gonna be 3 years, $50 million, right? Why is this tied up the death of a dynasty? Well, because the dynasty already died. I've already done this video 2 or 3 times. The dynasty died right when the punch happened with Draymond Green. But like I said before, they outlived their shelf life because they were supposed to die out. So I got a theory about players who are one-ring superstars. You know, and I think Steph Curry is a one-ring superstar, right? I think Isaiah is a multiple-ring superstar. Isaiah should have got 3 rings in his run, but there was something preventing him. You know, we'll call it cheating, right? They should have got their 3rd ring, but they got 2. They got 2. You know, so I'm big on if you do something and it's real, do it again. You know what I mean? You don't come and say, hey man, watch me do this and do a backflip. And I'm like, I should do it again. And you can't do it. And that means you really can't do a backflip. You just got lucky. So if you run a ring, if you as good as you say you are, and you want to be compared to the Jordans and the Kobe's and the Magics and the Birds, do it again. It's the same thing Kareem told Shaq when him and Kobe won their first one. Kareem said, I'm not impressed, man. Do it again. So they couldn't rest. All right, we got to repeat. After you repeat, can you do it again? Oh, they three-peated. Well, how far can you go? They went to the finals again and lost. Right? So they went to 4 straight, but they three-peated. Right? That's respectable. So that separates Kobe, separates Shaq. And then the great thing about Kobe is he did it again. He went to 3 straight again and repeated. Right? So Kobe has proved that he can be in that conversation at the table with a Michael Jordan and Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Kareem. You know, repeat, three-peat, win multiple. Steph Curry, on the other hand, in my opinion, has not, even though he has 4. That one he got was supposed to be his one. So he's really in the category to me as the Giannis's. He got 1. Jokic, he got 1. Who else got 1? Yeah, I mean, you can say Rasheed Wallace, whatever. Yeah, he got 1. Garnett got 1. Dirk got 1. Right? Those dudes, Charles Barkley, he didn't get 1, but he got the 1 finals. Right? Patrick Ewing didn't get 1, but he got the 1 finals. So there are some superstars who are really good who can get you to the promised land one time, and either they go win it or lose it. Barkley, Ewing, Garnett, all these Dirk, all these dudes in the same category with me. So, but when you hear Barkley, Garnett, Dirk, Ewing, when you hear those superstar names, you separate them from the names like Magic, Bird, and Kobe and Mike. They're all superstars, but there's a separation. They're not the type of players who's going to get you there multiple times and get you multiple rings. They're those 1-ring superstars. That's what Steph was, but he cheated death because this dynasty was supposed to die when they lost to Cleveland. But what gave them life was going to go get Kevin Durant, because what would have happened after they lost to Cleveland if they would have got back the next season and never and didn't win again, there was going to be some decisions made for this franchise who won one ring and now you got to pay all these dues, but y'all ain't won in 2 years. Draymond would have been up out of there. They already got rid of Harrison Barnes. They would have broke that squad up. They probably would have kept the Splash Brothers, right? So they wouldn't have been what we see now. Kevin Durant showing up is what saved that dynasty and gave them a new timeline. But of course, having Kevin Durant on that team, them 2 rings that they got, them 3, they went to the finals in a row, right? Kevin Durant got those rings, and then he left, and then they pretty much restarted their clock, and they got 1. But notice the one they got first, they couldn't really duplicate without Kevin Durant, and the one they got second, they can't duplicate either. So that's me. That's back to what I was saying earlier, where you did it, but can you do it again? Obviously, they can't. Everyone can muster up enough energy to do it one time, right? When Tony Dungy built that team with the Bucks, and then he left and just gave it to John Gruden, and John Gruden came in and got 1 ring, but couldn't do it again. That tells me that was more about Tony Dungy than it was about Gruden. When Jimmy Johnson got 2 straight or 3 straight with the Cowboys and then left and gave the team to Barry Switzer, and Barry Switzer got 1, but couldn't do it again, that shows me it was more about Jimmy Johnson than it was Barry Switzer. So everyone can just muster up that 1 year where they can get it done. But if you can't do it again after that, then that tells me something. So my point is this. That dynasty was supposed to die a long time ago, but because of Kevin Durant, it didn't die. So now we're seeing what was supposed to happen the first time. We're seeing it now. And Clay has left. They can't win again. They paid Draymond, but they didn't play Clay. They let Poole go. They let Wiseman go. Their plan to keep this thing rolling and keep it going failed because they tried to hold on to their pieces too long, and they should have just moved on with the youth. Let everyone go except Steph and rebuilt around him. They had the pieces already in the building. They had Poole, they had Wiseman, they had Kuminga, they had Moody, they had Wiggins, they had Gary Payton Jr. They had all these guys. They could have kept it rolling. And guess what? They're cheaper. You get rid of Draymond and you get rid of Clay too. Instead of giving Draymond another max extension, he could have been off the books. Clay could have been off the books a long time ago. You could have traded Clay and got pieces back. You could have done anything. So you're trying to hold on and think that we're going to pay Draymond because he bullied us. I mean, Draymond literally drove the Joe Lake, the owner, not his agent talking to the GM. He bypassed his agent and the GM, and he drove to Joe Lacob's house. How threatening is that for Donkey Kong to show up at your doorstep to discuss some contract negotiation, and then next thing you know, he's getting a freaking a max deal? Joe Lacob was probably scared shitless. How did you get here? How did you know my address? Did you get one of my ties out of my office and sniff it and follow my trail? What did you do? How are you here? He told that story. I showed up at his doorstep and we talked about my contract. Are you serious? After we've heard the story of how you threatened to kill Steve Kerr in the locker room, now Steve Kerr scared of you, and you knocked out Poole, and you're like, he's bullying his way into contracts. They scared of him in their organization. Steph's scared of him. You get what I'm saying? This man is delusional, man. So this dynasty is dead. The big three is broken up. Splash Brothers broken up. Clay left. They didn't give him no money, but they gave it to Draymond. I'm confused. Like, Draymond has destroyed this team 3 times, and every time he's done it, he's got rewarded with a contract. They had to get rid of Poole so they can give Draymond a contract. That's why Draymond was mad at Poole, and that's why it was so easy for him to be ticked off like that and swing on him. So, I mean, this dude literally fighting for his contract. So, yeah, that dynasty's dead. It's finally over. They go try to do something, try to revamp it. They talking about lower marketing and all this stuff, and maybe we get this player. Man, it's over. You let Draymond kill this franchise. He should have been gone 4 years ago. 4 years ago. You let him kill it. But that's not the only dynasty that's dead. The dynasty that never happened, the Denver Nuggets. They thought this was going to be a dynasty. Everybody told me Jokic was better than Tim Duncan, and he's the next this, and he's going to be a top 5. No. They said he was going to be a top center of all time. They said he was going to surpass Kareem and Wilt and Shaq and Hakeem, and he was better than Duncan. They said he was going to be the best big man ever, all because of assists. Just like I said, LeBron ruined the league, and we just don't know how to act around triple doubles. We see a triple double, and we just melt like chocolate tate. We just melt, right? We just don't know how to act around triple double. We see a triple double and just short circuit. Right. So they told us this dude was going to be the best center of all time. Just like I explained, he's a one-ring superstar. He's a get to the promised land one-time superstar. He's Charles Barkley, even though Charles Barkley didn't win it. Ewing didn't win it. They got there once. Antetokounmpo got there once. He won. Jokic got there once. He won. Kawhi got there once by himself. I'm not going to count what he did with San Antonio because that's on Tim Duncan's back. But as a superstar that was leading the team, Kawhi got there once and won, right? So I want you to think about those players: Ewing, Barkley, Garnett, Dirk, Jokic, Giannis, Kawhi. Those are those guys, and the guys above that are the multiple guys. Kobe, Michael, Bird, Kareem, Magic. Those are the multiple 2-time, repeat, 3-peat, 4-time. Those guys. I even throw Isaiah in there. Those guys are superstars above that. Now, when we're talking about Curry, LeBron, Wade, and KD, they're one-ring superstars, but they cheated because they joined each other. Wade and LeBron joined, KD and Curry joined. So instead of them getting the one that they were supposed to get, they got more than one because they cheated the system. They went around. Bird, Magic, Mike, Kareem, Kobe, they wasn't doing it. They wasn't jumping from team to team trying to find another superstar that's a one-ring superstar and say, if we join together, maybe we get 2 or 3, which is what happened, right? Well, I say all that to say this. Jokic is in that light. He's a one-ring superstar. Giannis, one-ring superstar. And without help, they probably don't even get to the finals. So Denver is doing something very interesting. This generational talent that they claim Jokic is, this top center of all time, they're just shedding. They don't want to spend the money. They win the championship, and what they do? Well, if we give Porter, Jokic, and Murray the bag, we can't pay the bench. So Jeff Green, gone. Bruce Brown, gone. They lose those 2 dudes, this team's not even the same anymore. They get mollywopped by Minnesota. Then after they get mollywopped by Minnesota, what they do? We're going to lose Caldwell Pope. They let him walk. So now I want you to go back to them championship games. Of course, Murray, Porter, and Jokic had phenomenal games, and Aaron Gordon had phenomenal series and games. But I want you to go and look at the defense, the shot making, the timely buckets that you was getting from Jeff Green, Bruce Brown, and Caldwell Pope on those squads. They made the difference. And of course, the defense Aaron Gordon was playing on play. I'm like, Aaron Gordon guarded a top scorer the whole playoffs, every series, first, second round, third round, and finals. He was guarding somebody unreal and doing a phenomenal job with a lot of help of the whistle as well. So yeah, he's a one-ring superstar. He's not gonna get back there unless he form a super team or join a super team. It's a wrap. So when these players actually play by the rules, stay with their squad, and do it the way the guys before them did it, it's easier to place them because now once that career is over and we see he won 5 or 6 and you only got 1, it's obvious who the better player was. But when you cheat the system like LeBron, KD, Steph, Wade, when you cheat the system, it almost looked like LeBron's supposed to be on a level with Kobe, Mike, Kobe, Mike, Magic, and Mike, and Bird. It looked like he's supposed to be there because he ended up with 4 rings. But what he had to do to get those 4 rings was cheat the system, maneuver it somehow. Right? It's not even respectable. Right? So I want you to think of it that way. Think about who the 1-ring superstars is, and think about who the multi-ring superstars are. And that'll give you a thing. And the guys who are 1 ring, they got more than 1 ring because they cheated. That was my thought. But this Denver thing is done. This Denver thing is done. We won't see them in the finals again. We probably won't see Giannis in the finals again either. We probably won't see Luka. Well, Luka might get back. But if he's still playing that same hero ball, ISO ball, he won't win it. Black said I sound foolish right now. Okay. I'll put the phone number up. You call in. You can tell me why I sound foolish at. I wasn't planning on opening the phone lines up, but I'll open it up. Phone number is on the bottom, 336-456-6453. And you tell me why Jokic is not a 1-ring superstar. You tell me his path. Yeah, he's a 1-hit wonder. You tell me Jokic's path back to the finals. Tell me his path back to the finals. Tell me why I sound crazy at. All right. And that's a challenge. You can call in. Or I can move on. Either way, I can move on. Yeah, I ain't think so. Don't just tell me I sound crazy, man. You got to come out here and prove how I sound crazy. The white LeBron is Luka. Yeah, you're right about that. Okay, here we go. Washington State. Caller from Washington State. What's your thoughts?
Hey, how's it going? Oh, this is perfect.
What's up, big dog? How you doing?
Hey, man, how's it going today?
Man, I'm hanging in there, man. Chilling.
I feel it. Hey, just a quick couple of thoughts on what you were just talking about. I agree with you for the most part. It's when you're the alpha, and you've shown that you've had success with your rosters. You're able to elevate a team. You're able to have success with them, like let's say LeBron in 09 and 10, when he had multiple 61 teams, and then there was just a matter of coming together in the playoffs, meltdowns in critical moments, things like that. It's tough because that if that's what makes you want to jump ship, then it is what it is. But and you're right. I think that rings to a degree are lessened by just a collaboration of multiple alphas joining each other. Obviously the Warriors, things like that come to mind, but at the same time it's tough to say what if the Lakers never made moves to get Magic and Kareem wasn't there, a top 5 player of all time. 2 of them played. What if Larry Bird was drafted somewhere else and have maybe the best front court in history? It's just tough to say. What if a lot of these alphas who had multiple rings, we're on a situation where they were producing great individual numbers, but they didn't have this amazing help. Would we still think the same of them? You brought up Jokic. I agree. I don't think he's going to leave anywhere, but he also has, obviously it's not the same help. Something like Kobe did from 01 to 02 or, anything like that. But it's not I don't use that. The fact that they left their teams, it doesn't really diminish their legacy is sure, maybe. But as far as me ranking them statistically and just their place in history as far as ball players, it doesn't really affect it that much to me.
So do you think Jokic is on Bird level? Do you can you obviously see the difference between a Bird and a Jokic?
I definitely can. I don't think he's on Bird's level as far as I think Larry was a lot more active. Larry hustled a lot more, especially defensively. Was Larry a shutdown? No, but Jokic is out there. He's like the ultimate cone. He does not challenge in the rim.
No, that's Luka. I got to give Jokic a little bit of credit this season and what he did in the playoffs last year. I was impressed by his defense in the playoffs. But yeah, outside of the playoffs last year and this season, some of this season, him and Luka both are cones, but Jokic give way more effort than Luka.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially last year. This year, I was mortified with both of them because they were just walking through, and I mean, it was pretty apparent. But Larry, I think, was the much better.
Bro.
All around. I think Jokic is a top 5 floor raiser. offensively. But he definitely can improve on some of his game to help his team go
For
farther.
sure. Yeah, in my opinion, Bird is one of the demigods of basketball. Bird, Magic, Mike, Kareem.
They're all top 10.
I mean, come on, man. Like these dudes, for me, they separate themselves. And I just don't like the fact that people was putting, like, you remember 4 years ago, they said Giannis was the best player in the league. And they were saying that he was going to be a top 5 power forward of all time. And then,
100%.
And then how quickly the media turned on him just because he didn't get back to the finals. And then it turned into Jokic. You get what I'm saying? You see how not at no point was Bird thought of to be the best, and then a season later, everyone changed their mind. At no point did that happen for Mike or Magic or Kobe. Once we seen what they were, they stayed that because they continued to prove and show and prove. These dudes are doing it one time, 1 year. Like when they won the bubble in LA. AD was, when they came out with the top 100, they had LeBron and AD like both in the top 5.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and AD was carrying that entire season basically.
It's unreal. And now what they think about him?
Yeah, I mean, it comes with the territory. Like, you're right. I mean, especially now where everything's under a microscope, every player or every alpha. Jokic, I think it was, a lot of the race leaders out there just saying, oh, he's only getting MVP for such and such reasons. And so, of course, if there's a flame out, anything less than a ring, and, obviously they're going to paint it as a failure, but they don't want to talk about, how his team was like shooting 20% during stretches of critical stretches of those games. But, it is what it is. It's not always fair.
Yeah, for sure. All right, man. That's it. That's all you wanted to say?
Yeah. You gotta say my piece.
All right, man. I appreciate the call.
All right, man. Have a good one.
Yep. All right. Well, just to clarify, nobody was calling me a fool, and they was calling somebody in the comments a fool. So I guess I won't get that phone call. But I take one more before I move to the WNBA to finish this off. But yeah, man. Just remember that, man. Some of these guys are one-ring superstars, and even sometimes one-ring superstars get more than one ring when they cheat the system and join another great that they had no business joining, right? That happens a lot, man. But I think LeBron is a one-ring superstar as well. If he stays in Cleveland and he don't start forming super teams, he probably would have got one in Cleveland, but just one. But cheating the system and cheating the game and doing all that stuff fooled a lot of people, and then he took a backdoor approach. No did he? Roland Curtis, what's your thoughts?
What's up, Mel? So my thoughts are, I called in because I always had this question, and I wanted to get your perspective. What defines a dynasty? And I'm asking this because when you described everything you just described for this one-ring superstar and things like that, and you described the Golden State Warriors, I was thinking that you can use those same arguments to challenge whether or not the Warriors are a dynasty. So I wanted to hear your definition or why you think that the Warriors are a dynasty.
That's a good question, and honestly, I've never even put a lot of thought to this, so I don't have a real definition of a dynasty. Okay. So I don't have an answer for you.
Well, let me, because it seems like everybody just it just seems like everybody just said the Warriors a dynasty, and then everybody kind of accepted. Like for me, I don't see the Warriors in the same way that I see the Celtics, the Lakers, and the Bulls. I kind of thought about it. I said to myself, okay, are they talking about certain teams, or are they just talking about the entire franchise? So, like, Paul Pierce didn't build a dynasty, but he played for a franchise that is considered, I believe, a dynasty. Do you agree with that?
I will say this. I would put them on the same category with the Bulls for sure. The Bulls was a dynasty. But you can't say the franchise is that the Bulls was a dynasty because they had Jordan, Pippen, and Phil Jackson. So they dominated a period of time consecutively and consistently. So if you have a team or a player that dominates for a period of time, then you can call them a dynasty, especially if they're winning multiple championships. So the Spurs, just in recent history, I'm not gonna go back to the Lakers in the 80s and stuff like that, but the dynasty I've seen is definitely the Bulls, definitely the Spurs. I would say the Warriors as well. That's probably it, right? Spurs, Warriors, Bulls that we've seen recently.
Well, those are the names that comes up. But I've heard people say, like a few years ago when the Spurs were winning, because they didn't get one back to back. People were calling them a baby dynasty.
That's fine.
That's the thing.
As long as they say dynasty.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking that just because this is sports, it's not like a science. So nobody's ever came up for a word that's between a dynasty and no dynasty. Like either you're a dynasty or you're not. But I feel like there's an in between that people don't really look at. I think that the Warriors and the Spurs are in between it because the other dynasties have won 3 in a row. I mean, in terms of franchise, like the Bulls won at least 3 in a row one time. They did it twice. The Lakers have done it, I believe, multiple times. They did it with Mike, and then they did it with Shaq and Kobe. You have Magic who repeated, and then the Celtics, all of their dynasty was really, I believe, it's with Bill Russell, but because Bird didn't repeat, he won 3 in a decade, but it's 3 out of 10 years, and the Warriors won 4 in 10 years. But you even said it. You said that those 2 championships were Kevin Durant. So I was like, yeah, that's kind of like how I look at it to kind of question whether or not they're a dynasty. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Out of respect for winning 4 out of 10 years, you didn't win 5, you didn't win half. Like the Bulls only won 6, and all the other names you can name. Magic won 5 in a decade, and he also repeated. So I said, okay, yeah, that's more dominant, and that's what I try to look for. Is if you dominate a decade, and it's because of the things you even said, all the things you said about Steph Curry and how he should be looked at not in the same vein as Magic, Michael, and Kobe and all the rest. It's the same reason why I'm like, I don't know if you can look at the Warriors in the same vein as the Celtics, the Lakers, and the Bulls. So that's all I called in for. So thank you for taking my call.
Okay. All right, man. Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, yeah, that's I guess that's, I mean, like I said, I haven't given it a lot of thought, right? Yeah, I mean, just on the surface, man, if a team is very successful and they're dominating, especially if they have a franchise player, you can easily say that they're a dynasty, if they do it for a period of time. And the Warriors did that, so I'm not gonna cheat them out of giving them that title. I will call them a dynasty. There was a dynasty. They dominated. They did good for the NBA and stuff like that. So, all right, let's get to this last topic, man, of the WNBA. And I just wanted to put out there, if y'all didn't know, man, Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark both made All-Star. So let me explain how they select All-Stars, right? So the initial All-Star selections are made through a combination of 50% of the fan vote, which I voted this year. First time I ever voted for any All-Star. I don't even think I ever voted for an NBA All-Star. So I voted. So 50% of the selection was made up of the fan vote. And then the current WNBA players get 25%. And then the other 25 goes to the sports writers and the broadcasters, right? So I said all that to say this is that once they tallied that up, Caitlin Clark was number 1. She had 700,000 votes, a little bit more than 700,000, but 700,000 votes. And then her teammate Aaliyah Boston had 618,000 votes. So the Indiana Fever fan base is so locked in that they made her the number 1 vote getter, and then they made her teammate the number 2 vote getter. Right, both of these players got more votes than Aja Wilson, the MVP, or Breanna Stewart, the MVP from last year. Which is interesting because they was the number 1 and 2 last year. So yeah, Leah Boston, Caitlin Clark was 1 and 2, and then Aja Wilson, Breanna Stewart, and Angel Reese, 381,000 votes was number 5. So the top 5 vote getters had 2 rookies in it and a second-year player. Very interesting, right? So what they're going to do this year is they took the top 10 vote getters and all that stuff. They formed the team, all-star team, and they're going to play the Olympic team, Team USA. So the players that was already on Team USA, they wasn't on the list for the all-stars because that's the team they're going to be playing, right? So they got a full squad. As a matter of fact, I go to the names. They got DeWanna Bonner, Aaliyah Boston, Caitlin Clark, Alicia Gray, Derica Hamby, Brianna Jones. I haven't seen her play much. John Coyle Jones, Kayla McBride, Kelsey Mitchell, who's also another Indiana. She's the left-handed guard that's averaging about 17 points a game for Indiana, who shoots it a lot. So the Indiana field got 3 all-stars. Imagine that, 3 all-stars. I mean, that's just a whole topic for another day. 3 all-stars from 1 squad that's not in the playoff hunt right now. That's interesting. That just lets you know what popularity does. But the interesting part about Kelsey Mitchell making it is that she didn't have a lot of fan votes. She probably had very little fan votes. So that means players, coaches, and broadcasters voted her in. So the popular vote went to Caitlin, and I'm pretty sure Caitlin got all votes all the way across the board. But Aaliyah Boston, I don't know what how her fell out. I guess it was a lot of fan vote as well, but I don't know what the teammates, the WNBA current players and sports writers, I don't know what they was doing, right? But they got 3 players in. That's interesting. So Kelsey Mitchell really earned that spot to be the 3rd playoff or non-playoff team. Aguma K from Seattle and Angel Reese. So that's the squad. They're going to be playing Team USA. You already know who all on that squad, but that's Nafessa Collier, Khalil Copper, Chelsea Gray, Brittany Griner, Anescu, Jewel Lord, Kelsey Plum, Breanna Stewart, Diana Taurasi, Alisa Thomas, Asia Wilson, Jackie Young, right? Should be a good game to watch. Also, what I want to see is the same thing we seen last year when they had the 3-point contest with Anescu and Steph Curry. I want to see that again. But this time, I want to see Caitlin Clark in it with Anescu. So I want to see Caitlin. I want to see Anescu. I want to see some of these other great 3-point shooters as well, because Caitlin is definitely not the best 3-point shooter in the league. But for the popularity, it'd be nice to have her in there as well against Steph Curry and a couple of other 3-point shooters. That'd be real nice. And that'd be real nice to have them shoot at the same time, just on the opposite ends of the court. That'd be real dope. All right. And I definitely would watch that. How they go pull that off, because I think last year that happened during the men's All-Star weekend. So I don't know if they would be able to pull that off for their All-Star weekend, especially with Olympics about to start up. So that'd be interesting. I doubt they'll be able to do it, but maybe they'll do it again for the men's All-Star weekend, where they have Caitlin and Anescu and a couple of other players go against some NBA players. Well, maybe we'll see something like that. But I'm going to be tuned into that game. I know it's not going to be a lot of competitive and defense play, but it should be a good weekend. We'll see. But I just wanted to drop that nugget about Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, and then talk about the Rookie of the Year as well. It's hard now. Like the last time I talked about it, I want to say I had a graphic up. Yeah, I did. The last time I talked about it, just the mere fact that Caitlin Clark is the number 1 for her team, with the pressure she got on her to perform and lead a squad, and what she's been able to do, had me leaning toward Caitlin at first. But I think because when you add in what Angel Reese does on the defensive end, right? She's just as impactful as a defender as Caitlin is as an offensive player. But Angel Reese, on top of that, is providing the offensive punch as well. She's probably going to break a record for double doubles, consecutive double doubles, and then she's a really great defender. She steals the ball well. She stays in front of her man. She switch and guards perimeter. She guards the post. She don't block a lot of shots, but she get a lot of rebounds. Angel Reese is very impressive. And I think it's closer than what people are actually giving credit for. I think she got Rookie of the Month this month. Caitlin Clark got it last month. So they both have won it once. This race is going to go down to the wire, and I would not be mad if they gave out a co-Rookie of the Year for both of these players, both of these phenomenal players. I think that's what they should do. But those are my thoughts. I didn't want to stay on this too long, but that is my last topic. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me for 2 whole hours and all the call-ins and all the comments and all of that good stuff. I get to a couple of these comments before I end. The audience will riot if it was a yeah, you're right. If it was a Rookie of the Year, they would riot. And I've only seen it once with Grant Hill and Jason Kidd, but I think it's only right, man, because neither one of these girls are really separating themselves anymore. Maybe if you like stats, remember I just told you the triple-double has made everybody brain short circuit when they see anything close to a triple-double. So the fact that this girl, Caitlin Clark, is getting a lot of assists, a lot of rebounds, and double-digit points. A lot of people who has fell for the triple-double as a phenomenon I'll probably just give it to her just because of that, which is the reason why Jokic got MVP last year. He was close to a triple-double, and people's brain just short-circuited. So, yeah, you're right. Reese is balling for sure. Man, the WNBA been lit all season, y'all. So if y'all ain't paying attention, man, y'all need to jump on it. But like I said, appreciate y'all rocking with me. I'll catch y'all on the next episode. Peace.